Hello. So in today's session, we're going to explain how the nervous system causes the muscle filaments to move. Good. So the muscle fibers are cells of the muscular system. So the muscular system composed of muscles. These muscles composed of muscle fiber. Okay? These are the muscle. This is the muscle, sorry. This is the muscle. So if we zoom into the muscle, we will see the muscle fiber. Okay. So the myofibril is the basic unit of the muscle. So this is the muscle. We zoom in, we find muscle fiber. We zoom in here, we will find something called myofibril. Myofibrils are long strands of protein in the muscle fiber. Good. So muscle fiber, myofibril. The myofibril is a long strands of protein in the muscle fiber. Good. So each myofibril is divided into sarcomeres. So where are the sarcomeres here? The myofibril divide into sarcomeres. Sarcomere from this line to this line, this line to this line. Okay? Sarcomeres contain filaments that cause contraction. So the contraction starts within the sarcomere. The filaments inside the sarcomere will start the contraction. Like when you're writing, when you're practicing in the gym, when you are playing PlayStation, when you are running, when you're walking, when you're doing push-ups, when you're doing whatever, whenever, the filaments inside the sarcomeres will start the contraction. So again, guys, muscle. This is the muscle. Inside the muscle composed of muscle fibers. Muscle fibers composed of myofibril. Myofibrils are composed of sarcomere. The sarcomere, inside the sarcomere, we will find actin filaments are pulled during contraction. So what are these actin filaments? I will show you in a second. So the actin filaments are pulled during contraction. Myosin filaments pull actin during contraction. How this has happened? So let's take a look here, guys. So we have the M line and the Z line. Okay, let's take 2 steps back. So this is the Z line, and inside here the M line. This is the center M line. The side here, it's the Z line. Okay, so the Z line and the M line, we have, this is the Z line, this is the M line. Okay, this is the myosin, and this is actin. You see this small long thing, this is actin, and this red, dark red is myosin. So actin, myosin, with the Z line and the M line, they compose sarcomeres. Okay, so in contraction, the actin will move to the M line, okay, causing the myosin to filaments to pull actin during contraction. Let's see together. So 1 minute, please. Okay, so again, guys, this is, you'll find here a muscle fiber. Inside the muscle fiber, we will find the muscle. Inside the muscle, we will find muscle fiber. The muscle fiber composed of myofibril. Myofibril composed of sarcomere. The sarcomere, we will find Z line and M line. Okay, now if we are doing any kind of practice like this, for example, so in this case the sarcomere is moving, the sarcomere is contracting, they are contracting. Okay, how this contraction happens? Step 1, myosin head attach to a binding site on the actin filament. So where is the myosin? These are the myosin. This is the actin. Okay, guys. Now, Z line, M line, and myosin actin. Good. So the myosin head, this is the myosin head, attached to a binding site on the actin filament. This is the actin filament. This is the attaching site. Okay. So what will happen is during contraction, the myosin will rotate. Okay, will rotate, pulling the actin filaments closer together toward the M line, okay, the center. And the sarcomere will become shorter and shorter. Good. Now, this head release from the actin filament ATP used in the process. Okay, so a lot of ATP, guys, will be used in this process. So again, let's review this. Now, Z line, this is M line, actin filament, myosin. This is a binding site between myosin head and the actin filament. During contraction, this binding site, the myosin, will rotate and pull the actin filament inwards toward the center, the M line. Okay, so in this process ATP will be used. Now the step 1 through 3 repeat until the sarcomere is fully contracted. This is the full contraction of sarcomere, the full contraction. The actin filaments are attached to each other. Okay, and the Z line, the M line disappear, so the sarcomere will become shorter. This is contraction. Okay, now, so in this is how the contraction happened. Okay, the neuron stimulates muscles, of course, because the muscle will contract, but before this, the muscles must get a stimuli. So the nervous system is responsible for contractions, for causing contractions and movement. So the neuron stimulates, as we will explain later on. So the neuron stimulates muscle at the neuromuscular junction. Okay, where is this neuromuscular junction? This is the neuron, this is the muscle, okay? The neuron through the muscle into neuromuscular junction. Okay, think about, guys, the communication center in a school, in a company, in a state. The communication center, it's the neuromuscular junction, because this communication center will get the data, then it will release the data. And this is, in this example, releasing the data means causing the movement inside the body. Okay, now, neurotransmitters cause calcium channels in the sarcomere to open. So neurotransmitters again will cause calcium channels in the sarcomere to open. The calcium exposes binding sites. Myosin binds to actin and pulls it. This is how. So this is the actin, guys. This is the junction. Let's see it. As the sarcomere shortens, the muscle contracts. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this is where the junction, this is the site where the actin connects to the myosin. There's a regulatory protein which causes the channels, the calcium channels to open. Calcium will expose, okay, binding sites. Myosin binds to actin and pulls it. As the sarcomere shortens, the muscle contracts. Okay? This is how the contraction, guys, happen. So, to sum it up, this is a contraction. Before this, a muscle, fiber, bundle of muscles, bundle of fibers, a fiber, a myofibril, exactly. Inside the myofibril, sarcomere. Sarcomere composed of myosin filament and actin filaments. Good. Let's continue. When we contract, the sarcomere will get shorter. How this happen? It will happen because here the myosin head rotates, pull actin filament closer together. Why? Because there's a binding site here. The binding site will pull the actin inward toward the M line. Okay? It will repeat this process using ATP until a full contraction reached. Okay? Now, how this happen neurologically? Neuron stimulate muscle in the neuromuscular junction. Okay? Neuromuscular junction, neurotransmitter cause calcium channels in the sarcomere to open. When this happens, calcium exposes binding sites. Myosin binds to actin and pulls it inward. As the sarcomere shortens, the muscle contracts. Okay, guys, I hope you understood this session.